Take it from me, not an expert by any means, but off-roading is a tricky prospect. Not only is there the worry that you could get stuck somewhere, but no one wants to damage their new ute or four-wheel drive through negligence or accident. We're here on Gurry, Fraser Island, just north of Brisbane, to get our four-wheel driving fix on sand in the Mazda Bt-50. We've already headed out and about, so I just wanted to run through a few sand driving tips on how you can keep safe and moving when headed off the beaten path. Above all, tyre pressures are one of the most important things when driving on sand. In fact, it's important throughout all off-roading, but even when you're driving on sand, you want to keep the biggest contact patch you can in order to keep floating along the top of the sand rather than trudging through it. There are so many theories on what the best tyre pressure is to run, but we've found that just under 20 psi is a good base level. Be prepared to go lower if needed. Our second tip is to adapt your driving style. Driving on sand is all about smooth inputs to the steering, pedals, and gear changes if you're in a manual. Sudden changes in direction can dig your wheels into the sand, which increases the likelihood of you getting stuck. You also want to carry momentum whenever possible, but particularly in soft sand. If you feel as though you're slowing or as though you're dragging, gently apply that little bit more throttle. With luck, you'll climb back on top of the sand and keep moving along. Do your best to brake smoothly. Braking sharply can cause sand buildup around your tyres, which will make it difficult to get going again. Sand often has enough friction to slow you down effectively all on its own. Naturally, make sure your car is in four-wheel drive when driving on sand. Low range is often a good idea if your car has the capability. This next tip plays into the one before, but be sure to keep your vision up and read the road ahead. Watch the ebb and flow of the sand dunes and undulations on the beach and drive with them rather than against. When driving on the sand, be sure to watch out for washouts which could have eroded away part of the beach, which could damage your car. Once you are on the beach, be sure to drive in the sand tracks of the car ahead of you. This will contain the most compacted sand, meaning it's less likely that you'll get swallowed up. Keep abreast of road rules. You obviously can't have any lane markings or too much signage when on the beach, so it pays to remember to keep left at all times, and be sure to communicate with other drivers using your indicators when passing. Speaking of, you don't really want to run up too close behind other vehicles because stopping distances are unpredictable when driving on sand. It's almost a given that you'll get stuck at some point. Avoid burying yourself even further by applying too much throttle in the attempt to extricate yourself. Lowering your tyre pressures could be the fix you need, or using something like MaxTrax could help you out. Worst case scenario, you'll have to be pulled out by someone who knows their way around a snatch strap. Be sure to attach the strap to a tow hook rather than part of the car's body. Finally, please come prepared. At a minimum, it's good practice to pack a tyre pressure gauge, MaxTrax, shovel, sand flag, and of course, a pair of sunnies. When you get back to actual roads, remember to put some more air in your tyres to avoid damaging the tyre's integrity and decrease the likelihood of popping the tyre off the wheel. No one wants that. Apart from that, keep safe, keep cautious, and remember to enjoy the scenery. If you've liked this video, be sure to like it on YouTube and subscribe to the Drive YouTube channel. If you want to know more driving tips in general, head to the Drive.com.au website.